The winner is... Hi and welcome to Last Watch. I hope you're all well and ticking over nicely. It's another super quick video today to announce the winner of the Nordgreen Pioneer chronograph watch. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will already know who that lucky punter is. I could just give you the winner's name with little or no explanation and leave it at that, but as my channel is all about openness, honesty and clarity, I thought I would explain the draw process. That might also save any finger pointing. Apparently, a certain Hollywood producer did a somewhat dubious draw for a $7,000 watch, and that has stirred up a whole hornet's nest of accusations. The Nordgreen is only a $250 or £230 watch, but I know a lot of you will be disappointed at not winning it. My channel is still relatively small compared to others, but quite a lot of you entered the draw, 174 to be precise. I thought picking a winner should be as fair as possible, and the only way to do that was to detach myself as best as I could from what might be considered a subjective process. Quite difficult when you are a one-man show. Luckily for me, you can find just about anything online, and I found a website called commentpicker.com that have a random name selector. It was then a simple matter of copying every individual name from YouTube and Instagram onto the notepad on my Mac. You can imagine that took a bit of time. After compiling all the names, I then copied and pasted them into the name picker text window and hit start. After a second or so, it randomly picked Chris T. I cross-referenced the name and found it to be an entry from my Instagram page. If you're not following me on Instagram, then it might be a good idea to sign up. It also transpires that Chris T had left a comment on my YouTube video under a slightly different username, effectively giving himself 2 entries in the draw. He wasn't the only one. I sent Chris T a private message over Insta, and he played it kinda cool as he didn't get back to me until the following morning. Or at least that's what I thought. As it turns out, Chris T was in a completely different time zone to me. Chris T says he's never won anything, so he was somewhat shocked to hear from me. Chris T's real name is John. The Chris T tag is his online alias, or what I would call his stage name. John is a 26-year-old budding musician and lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I told him that it's alright to have an online persona, and that my name isn't really Last Watch. John has been into watches since high school, and has built up a fairly substantial collection over the last 5 years. He says his collection is quite eclectic. His favourite watches in the collection are a Nixon Banks, the Seiko Nuke, and a Swatch Beat. I think John's collection is somewhat diverse. He's got a few core watches in there that wouldn't look out of place in any other watch box, but also some very abstract pieces with some 70s inspired style influences. He's definitely a retro digital fan with a penchant for gold. It's quite refreshing to see someone else's collection, and shows how individual our taste can be when it comes to what we choose to wear on our wrists. I think the Nordgreen will add a completely new element to his collection, and I hope he enjoys it when it arrives. Now it turns out that John has been a fan of the channel since last summer. The first video he watched was my G-Shock review, the only watch you'll ever need. I'm not surprised to hear that, as that particular video is by far the most popular review I have done to date. Obviously I don't include the Tudor video, as that wasn't really what I would consider a review. As John is based in the good old US of A, he did graciously offer to pay for the shipping on the Nordgreen, but what sort of competition would that be if you have to pay for your own prize? Now, I could have rigged the competition and given the watch to a friend or family member somewhere in the UK. I think the fact that John happens to be on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean shows just how fair this competition was. Literally anyone, anywhere could have won this watch. Provided I can get to the post office during lockdown, then John should have his prize in a little over a week from now. I just hope customs don't sting him for import duty or fees. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to put gift on the package. Let me know if you have any experience with international shipping. The channel is getting very close to 10,000 subscribers. The Nordgreen giveaway was an early celebration of hitting that target and an incentive to get people to hit the subscribe button. The magic of YouTube analytics tells a different story, and this is where I might be oversharing a little. The channel has had nearly 1,000 new subscribers over the last month, and they nearly all came from watch reviews. Only a fraction of those derived from the actual competition. What that tells me is this, that on the whole, people want to see fresh content and only a relatively small hardcore of supporters were interested in the competition. That being the case, my next video will be back to business as usual with a good old honest review of an affordable or accessible watch. The competitions may have to wait a little longer. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel, and if any of you have a watch that you'd like to send me for review, then I would welcome the opportunity. Stay home and stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.